Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Adam, thanks for hanging out with me again today. And today we have the Kyosho Shadow back on. Now if you guys don't remember this, I picked it up in a Buy Bargains lot that came in. I'll put that video up here if you're interested. But essentially what I got was the completed rolling chassis, minus a couple little things. Didn't have a body, all that stuff, so had to get a body from Team Blue Groove, and got a decal set from MCI Decals. It turned out looking really sharp. Now, the box art for this guy is blue, and I'll put a picture up here. Didn't have a problem with the blue, but in trying to research a little bit of information about this, and there's not much out there, I saw, I think it was Tamiya Club, I'm pretty sure it was Tamiya Club. Somebody had posted their restoration of one and had the black paint job on it, and really liked it. So the biggest difference between mine and his is I did the wheel lettering with the MCI decals. He actually painted on the tire lettering and left the wheels white. I didn't want to do both, and since I had the decals, I went ahead and stuck them on there, and I really didn't want to paint the lettering on there. It looked tedious. The Bridgestone isn't too bad, but the Sand Super and all the other lettering is really tiny, and I didn't want to. So before I go into the car too much, basically the background of the little bit of background I've been able to scrounge up on this, which like I said has been very little. These were released in 1988, and you had this, and then there was also, what was it called? The Aero Streak. Now the Aero Streak had a very spaceshipy looking design. It's definitely a love it or hate it type body. I prefer the look of this one better, but I really didn't have a problem with the Aero Streak. But I do like the Shadow a little bit better. And then when I saw the black with the yellow stickers, I was like, that's the way to go. So this was Kyosho's first shaft-driven buggy. So the overall design of the chassis is very much in that whole hotshot family of evolution. So this is actually more designed of like the big wig and the boomerang type. So you have a big tub, you have a front rear and a front end that kind of bolt onto it. And the reason I say it's more like the big wig and stuff like that is the way the steering works. Instead of having your servo saver on the end of the servo turning the wheels left and right, it actually slides a rack back and forth that connect to the tires. That is one of the things that this was missing, was the whole steering connection from servo to the rack. I haven't tried looking to see if the boomerang stuff can be made to fit it. Right now I just stuffed a chunk of foam in there to keep the rack from sliding back and forth, just so the wheels are kind of locked in place, because I hate, picking up a car and the wheels flop over. Now when I got it, it had the mechanical speed control in here, which it still is, and the resistor was sitting back here, which looked correct. Problem is, this resistor is twice as big as the stock one is, and normally that wouldn't be a big deal, but basically this little tiny bubble back here on the body, try to get it up close so you guys can see it, but this little bubble here actually is the only thing that is clearanced for that resistor. So as you can see, that little bubble and that big resistor just aren't going to play well. I just flipped it over, got it out of the way for now. But the chassis, as you can see, has the front end, rear end, and then there's the little coat hanger drive shaft in there. Like I said, very reminiscent of the boomerang and big wig type front end. But overall, the chassis is perfect. It's like somebody took a brand new kit and put it all together and didn't have the steering stuff and just moved it on. I don't know. But the only problem with it was there were flat spots on the tires, and they are getting better. What I did is I took the tires off of the wheels and stuck in some TTO2 foams, because they're the firm foam, so they're a little bit thicker. So I stuck those in there, trying to help push that the flat spots out, and it's helped on quite a few. This one is still the worst. It's got a pretty good dent into it, but we're just kind of letting time take over, because obviously this thing sat either the tire sat in the box and got smushed and dented in, or it got built and it sat around somewhere for a very long time and the tire's just flat spotted sitting there. No plans on running this. You know, I have to get a new mechanical speed controller for it at least before I do, but at this point, this one isn't a priority. The priority was to get a body on there and make it look nice. I have no interest in running it right now. So the reason I got the chassis was because, one, it's rare. You don't see them come up very often. Two, you definitely don't see them come up in brand new condition. And three, I paid a whopping $90 for the rolling chassis. It still has the Le Mans 05 motor in here, so it's all mostly original. Like I said, the ESC or the MSC in here is incorrect, but vintage still and brand new. And it's possible that mechanical speed controller came with the Aero and just won't fit with this body. I'm not sure. Again, there's not that much information out there on them. So if you guys know more about these, drop it down in the comments so I can learn more and everybody else watching the video can learn more. But yeah, I just thought it was a really cool thing. I wanted to get the body on there. Now that the body's on there, I'm completely satisfied. And eventually I will source the bits and pieces that I need to get it running. Worst comes to worst, we got the MSC and put a 1060 in there and just run it around. But for now, I'm not interested in running it. I just want to, you know, enjoy it looking super cool. So what I'll do is I'll end this off with a couple pictures from outside of it sitting out there so you guys can, you know, see it up close. And until the next one, everybody out there, you guys be happy, be healthy, be safe, and I will catch you on the next one. On the next one. On the next one. On to the next one. One of these days I'll get this stuff right. See you guys.